Hello and welcome to Two Bound Books. My name is Amber.
And my name is Shaylee. We're so glad you are with us today. We are a podcast dedicated to bringing authors and readers together through the stories that bind us. Woohoo! It's been a weird spring so far. I mean, not really weird for Washington. We're getting some like super nice warm days. And then today was a cold one. Mm-hmm. Today was cold and gloomy and made me want to be in that blanket on the couch.
We've had about 2 or 3 false springs, which I do have a question for you. Would you rather have it be like cold, you get to warm up in a blanket, like read a book, or would you rather be like in the sun, out on your hammock?
I am both. I'm a both and. I like all the weather. I love living in Washington for that reason, because yes, it rains a lot, but we also get the other weathers and I like it. I don't like to get too hot. So like perfect summer weather for me would be like mid to late 70s with a light breeze.
What's your perfect date? Is it by chance April 24th? Because it's
not too hot and not too cold, just enough for a light jacket. Miss Congeniality, for those of you who didn't catch that reference. If you haven't seen it, you have to watch it because it's a Sandra Bullock movie and nothing's better than that.
Oh my goodness. So good.
But so back to that though, I'm kind of in the mood lately. So like I talked about on our last episode, we have that picnic table that's outside at work. And I love more than anything sitting out there in the sun on a lunch break with my book. But on days like this, I want to be curled up in a blanket for sure.
We have an AC system in our office. Mm-hmm. And mind you, our office is like a little 10 by 14 box. And so it's like pretty small, but it's got a nice AC in there.
Well, yeah, you were talking last time about how it's kind of like a greenhouse.
It is. And so especially in the afternoons, because we have like 3 up high windows and then big window, front door, big window, like they kind of parallel each other on that side of things. And so that hot sun comes right through, and the hot sun, there's no blinds that we can close, but it'll go right on my desk, like right at my face. And like, no matter where I'm at, it just is blinding me.
Oh yeah.
And so like it hits 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. Like I can't even work because like I can't see anything.
I mean, that's a good excuse to leave early.
I know. It's a highly entertaining problem to have, especially in Washington, because we have sun not a lot of the days of the year where we're at.
I mean, we say that, but honestly, we get a decent amount of sun here. It's just not always hot sun.
We just have a lot of days that have other weather mixed into it.
Yeah, we get a decent amount of sun, but there's also maybe rain that day as well. But
yeah, you can't leave your house without a rain jacket.
No, I mean, I do. I like, I don't know. I like to tempt it. But anyway, with the week that we've had, have you had any like reading updates for us? Funny or unexpected reading moments, or just moments to share?
Okay, so I officially reached my Goodreads goal of the year.
Good job.
The day before June 1st.
Okay.
Well, so I suppose that was like May 31st.
That might be the day before June 1st.
That would be the day.
Yeah.
And so leave it to Amber to over-explain something that doesn't need over-explaining.
Are you going to set another goal?
I haven't decided if that's how I'm going to handle things, or if I'm just going to kind of like, now that I've reached my goal, just be happy with that and then see how far I can go.
Yeah, because I mean, you hit your goal before 6 months, so I feel like you could make one more 6-month goal.
I mean, I'm at 104 books right now for the year.
So why not aim for 100 more?
What, four days into June?
Why don't you aim for 200? Go 100 more. You could easily do it.
I totally could. I like how I cringed at that and was like, that's so much work, but I could totally do it.
That you'll totally do it, and you'll do it easily. And the thing is that as the summer months come and the days are longer, you're going to be reading longer.
Oh, I know. And like we were talking the other day, we went to the park, and Washington does this really cool thing on June 21st where it's like, I don't know, it feels like it's like 6 o'clock at night, but it's like 10 o'clock and the sun's still out.
Yeah.
And so it's the longest day of the year.
That's not just in Washington.
Well, no, but like Washington gets it like real long, I feel.
Have
They
you
don't get
lived
it-
anywhere other than Washington or Oregon?
No, but they don't experience that in Florida where our friends are from. And so this is like, they haven't experienced it being like 10 o'clock at night and having it be like 6 o'clock weather.
Yeah.
And so it's
the days have been getting longer. I mean, we film at night and it's 9 o'clock and it just got dark outside.
yeah,
So.
which is nice, I suppose. But also it's hard because like I have 2 kids that are like, but mom, it's playtime. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's mama read time.
Yeah. That's what blackout curtains are for.
Get in bed.
I am so sucked into a book series that I'm reading right now that I was that crazy that, so I have, I don't know if some of you guys have heard of, it's called a Hello Cleo bag, and it has a Kindle Pocket. It's a small business that created these Kindle purses. And I was like, I love supporting a good small business. And so when I got my Kindle, I got one of these purses, which just makes taking my Kindle with me everywhere so great because I feel like it's safe, it's nice, and
But
it's
also
always with me.
Those super protected pockets.
Yeah, it's super soft
So
inside.
lovely.
So I had a doctor's appointment a couple days ago, and I'm like sitting in the parking lot of the doctor reading the Kindle. And I'm like waiting till the very last minute to go inside to do my paperwork. And so then I go inside, and you guys, I kid you not, the lady went to go grab some papers. And while she went to grab papers, I'm standing at the front counter with my Kindle in my face, and then in the waiting room, and then in the patient room. And it was just one of those weeks for me where my nose was not leaving the book.
Okay, so if you are my mom or my dad, close your ears because I may have made a mistake on Monday. And I thought that my doctor's appointment was at 4:30 and it was really at 5:30. And I sat in the doctor's waiting room because I got there at like 4:10.
And the reason she's saying that to her mom and her dad is because she works for them.
Anyways, I read for like an hour and it was glorious. And then on Tuesday, I had a major package come. But I got it shipped to my place of work, which is also the residence of my mom and my dad. And so I sat in the parking lot or their driveway waiting for my package to come because it hadn't hit like when the package was coming yet. And so we sat there with my 2 kids in the back of the car. They were eating snacks, waiting. And do you know why we were waiting?
Why?
Because the major package that was coming was the Kindle strap that matched the front of my Kindle case.
Wow.
And my OCD really wanted it to be happy. So Happy Amber is just a happy reader.
There you go.
Let's go.
Well, what do you say that we jump into some fun topics today? I have a few things that we're going to go through today that is just kind of fun book topics. And then we have a small book highlight for you guys later in the episode as well that you will not want to miss. But let's start off with, if you were a bookish superhero, what power would you have?
Speed reader with remembering everything I read.
You want to know what I would pick for you?
What?
TBR shrinker.
Oh, no. See, there's a meme. It's absolutely hilarious. I think it's from like 2.5 Men or something like that. And he's like in the bookstore and he's like, how could you? They set you up for failure. There's not enough time to read them all. And like, that's me. 100%. Yeah. Like
I would make you a TBR tamer.
Okay, but like, no.
But what a good name that is, right? I'm proud of that one.
TBR tamer is a phenomenal name. Let's.
Okay, but you're already a speed reader. Think outside the box.
But like, I want to be even faster.
But then you're not sucking in any of the information.
But I would, because I'd be remembering what I'm reading.
Give me another idea. It's something that you're not already.
A a super duper speed reader.
Amber, that's the same thing.
Okay,
Here, I'll tell you mine while you think. Okay,
go
you
for
ready?
it. Yes.
I would be a mood shifter.
Ooh,
so
that's a good one.
That way, I would never have a slump again because I can shift my mood or the people's moods around me for whatever book I want to, or I want them to be in the mood to read.
That's almost manipulative to the fact, like.
And here's the thing. Okay, wait, let me hear yours and then we'll go.
Go ahead. Keep going with yours.
Well, I was just going to say the next thing I was going to ask is, would you use your power for good or evil? I could use mine for both.
You could. You're manipulative.
I could make it so that I'm like never having a slump again. It's great. And then I could like be mad at someone and be like, I'm going to make their moods not match up with any of the books they want to read.
Okay, I've got mine. I would want, for every single book that I have read, I would want to remember like all of the plot details, characters, like important pieces like that, but be able to give a like a short little breakdown of the book without giving away any of the spoilers.
Okay.
Like off the cuff.
Yeah.
Like off the top of my head.
You know what another really good one would be that goes along with that?
What's that?
It's like being able, so remembering it all. Honestly, this could just tie into yours, and then being able to give a phenomenal review every single time.
Oh, if I could,
like, even if you didn't like the book, but I mean like phenomenal review in that it's just one that speaks to other people.
If I could leave the feedback that I have mentally come up with along the way, I feel like I would be such a better reviewer of books.
Yeah, it's hard because you're kind of in it and in the moment. It's remembering to take those notes when you're actually trying to arc read for someone.
It's so hard. There's some books where I'm just like, I get so sucked in. Like it happened with Mother of Trees. I got so sucked in. I forgot to read, or I forgot to take like active notes with it. That when it came down to it, then I was like, but wait, like I had all of these like highlights that I wanted to go over, and I didn't even highlight anything in the book. I was just like, so like I flew through it.
Yeah.
It was so hard.
Well, and sometimes it's just, okay, along those lines, tabbing books.
Yeah.
I recently got a bunch of tabbing stickers off of Amazon, and I was so excited to tab this book, and I had never read it before. And I sat down and I was doing it, but I felt like I couldn't be in the moment with the book while I was tabbing, so I kind of gave up on it. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, tabbing will be perfect for when you're rereading a book.
Absolutely.
Because then you're getting all your favorite parts in there. You kind of know what's coming, so you're not feeling like you're missing out. Whereas the first time you're reading a book, I just kind of want to be in that world and deep dive and be part of that story. And so it was hard for me to like pause to put a tab in. I have a friend who will do both. She'll either do it on a reread or she'll do it the first time around, depending on what she's feeling for that particular book. But for me, I've definitely learned that it'll be a reread thing when I'm tabbing.
Which is so funny because if we go back to episode 1, are you a rereader, Shaylee?
That's funny. So I'm in this place right now where, because I just started reading again a year and a half. Has it been 2 years or a year?
It hasn't. It's been a year.
It feels like so much longer.
I know. It's been like a year and 3 months.
Yeah. So because I'm in this place, I'm like getting all the good books that everyone else has already read.
All them book talk
but
books.
I haven't read them yet. Yeah. And so I'm like going through the first time just thrilled and so excited about reading all these books for the first time. But as I'm reading them, there's some books now that I will happily go back and reread. Because I've gotten to that point where I found like those Roman Empire top tier stories that I'm obsessed with and I want to dive back in.
Which is good. And I will say you came up with a very good rating system on your Goodreads. so
Yeah.
that you know what books you want to go back and reread and you're sticking to it. Whereas for me, like I'll read through it and I'll be like, did I say this one was 5 stars? What would I rate this one? Because I just fly through them so quickly. Like,
Yeah.
would I want to read this one again? I don't actually think I do.
Well, and so I'm rating every single book on my Goodreads, but I'm not leaving word reviews on every single one, but I am on the ones where I'm like, I gotta get some words out for this when I finish it.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll leave one. I did a shout out to you in one of my reviews that was like, my friend told me I needed to read this book and I'd put it off for way too long. And I read it and I totally did a shout out to you.
I need to go find that one. We'll have to look that up after this episode today.
It was highly entertaining. I think I've done it like in 1 or 2 of the books.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Which it's funny because I think I've only read like 33, or I think I've only left like 33 reviews for the like 700 and some odd books that I've read.
That's crazy, especially because you have so many thoughts on books.
I do. I have a lot of thoughts, but a lot of them are in my head. And I remember and I'm able to recall.
That's usually how it works. They start in your head and then you can put them out in writing. That is how it works when you have thoughts.
And leave it to Shaylee to under-explain something to the point where Amber feels stupid. Welcome to our friendship. Amber's the over-explainer. Shaylee is the let me make you feel
plain talk.
Yeah. Let me make you feel stupid.
Dude, I took so many plain talk classes when I worked for the state.
You gotta.
Yeah. Dumb it down. Okay. I thought that was great. So we got superhero name wise though, just to loop back to that, or not superhero name. I'm sorry. Superhero powers. We have the speed reader. We have the like remember everything and be able to leave great reviews. We have mood shifter. What would be another fun one? Not necessarily for you, but in general.
I think another, well, would it be like would it have to be a reader or could it be like an author?
It's a superpower.
A superpower?
Yeah.
So like, I think it would be super neat to have one that was like the trope master or something along those lines. Where like, if you're like, what kind of a book would I want if I wanted like a fake relationship or if I wanted...
Oh gosh, I have tried to look stuff like that up. I have tried to use ChatGPT to look stuff like that up.
Trope Master.
Honestly, ChatGPT is not the best at recommending books.
No, it's not. But Trope Master 100% is the one that I would do. Did you see the big issue that happened with ChatGPT in one of the major, I think it was a like Time article or a People article or something like that?
What do you mean?
So there was an article that was written for all of these like top books and
it was written by ChatGPT.
It was all make-believe books and make-believe covers and nothing was real on it.
They didn't vet it?
They didn't even vet it.
Oh no.
And it was like on a top, like one of the top magazines.
Oh gosh, that's horrible.
Can you imagine the horror?
What, do things not go through editors anymore?
I have no idea. If you and I mean, so Shaylee and I were on the same editing team at one point in time for a newspaper. Mind you, she was in 6th grade and I was in 5th grade. Do you think we would have found that?
No, but we were children and AI wasn't a thing back then because we're old.
That's fair, but we could totally have found it.
Oh my gosh. You know what my brother said to me the other day?
What's that?
Okay, so my brother's 16 and a half years younger than me. We have the same mom, different dad. And this little brat, he's 15. He says, what, were you born in the 1900s or something?
Oh.
And I was like, I had no response. I'm usually pretty quick-witted with him. I had no response because he's not wrong. I was. But why does that make you sound so much older? Because I'm thinking like, you know, when the Titanic went down, not when I was born.
Can I one-up you slightly with that one and say this Sunday at youth group, one of my students goes, I just realized what 9/11 was. Like, I just thought it was like 911, like for emergencies. I didn't realize that it was because that was the date. And I go, do you know why? Like what actually happened? And
so
she goes,
it's history for them now.
yeah.
And it was like current event for us.
Yeah. Like we are living history right now.
That's really depressing, but it's crazy.
Isn't it?
One of your teens to me one day said, and this was recently, this was just within the last few weeks. She says, you're not that old. And I'm like, well, I'm 31. And she goes, oh.
That recoil. Oh.
I was like, wow.
I know.
So rude.
The hard part is they're brutal.
They are. The teenagers today have no filter.
Like we were taught.
Hold your tongue.
Hold your tongue. Demure.
Yeah. And it's funny because I don't really hold my tongue now. It's an adult.
Oh yeah.
But back then it was keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. Talk when you're spoken, like speak only when spoken to. Don't talk out of turn.
Well, I've never been that person.
You able to hold your tongue? What?
Well, and it was so funny because I was with a mom the other day who is the mom of a 4-year-old and a newborn. And her son is a why person. He asks why over and over. And she's staying very calm and responding. But you can like see that she's frustrated just because I know her so well. And she's like, 4-year-olds are hard. And I said, I was a why person too. My mom said I was so irritating because I would ask why. Why is the sky blue? Why are there clouds in the sky?
I hate to break it to you, but you're still a why person.
I am still a why person. It's just a little bit different now. I like to understand the why behind things so that it makes me feel like I can understand the whole situation better and do a better job with whatever I'm doing.
There are 2 types of people. And this is what we learned in one of our leadership classes. There are 2 types of people. And I work in a trade. And so if you tell someone, tear down that wall, you have the person who's just going to
go tear it down.
And then you have the Shayleys of the world. Well, why? Is there any electrical behind the wall? Is that
the best way to bring it down?
Why do you want the wall down? Is there any way that we can do it to keep it up?
Yeah. I like to know all aspects. I've been called nosy my whole life. And you know what? I feel like people can spin it to be positive or negative. And there are times where it can be negative. I'm not saying that there's not. But I also think that, okay, Brené Brown. Mm-hmm. We all love a good Brené Brown. Her book, Dare to Lead. Mm-hmm. So good. But I love that she can twist those things that, you've been called your whole life by people and make them a positive. So like something I've always been told, you're a control freak.
You're bossy. And it's like, okay, you're not bossy. You're leading. You're being a leader. And so I think that people can take attributes and twist them to be negative rather than looking at the positive aspect of that. I think you should write a multiple POV book. That's why I had my little laughing moment off to the side there. Was 'cause you could literally write a multiple POV book on just the whys.
Oh, I totally could. My head is filled with questions.
I think the book might be larger than War and Peace.
Oh, geez. Okay, so I'm curious. What's like one of the weirdest places you've read a book before?
Electronic, like Kindle, audio, or physical.
Let's take audio out of it and say Kindle or physical. Because to me, you're reading either way.
Okay. So Kindle, I just kind of got into this last kind of like I just got it in April, I want to say. But I would read on my iPad, and I would read while I was pregnant with my kiddo. my second, on my Kindle. And I was having active like labor contractions.
Okay.
Before like you go into the hospital. And so like I was chilling in the tub and I definitely had my iPad.
While you're chilling in your tub?
I was chilling in the tub.
I was going to say my weird spot
having some contractions.
My weird spot is an airport bathroom.
That would be a little bit weird.
Yeah. But I traveled so much. And sometimes, honestly, you guys, I know some women get this. Men, maybe not as much. Maybe men do. I'm not going to discriminate. But women go into bathrooms sometimes just to take a deep breath. And get away. We go hide for a minute so that we can have some quiet time.
I had an internal thought that almost became external because I don't necessarily. It's okay. My oldest is a Y child. Mm-hmm. I love him to pieces. I love you to pieces.
He's you.
Well, I am the why, but also like, how can I pull the permit? I'm more the how person. So like the how can I pull the permit?
Yeah.
Like, let's do this kind of a thing. My oldest is the why. And so like I was in the bathroom and I was like literally just trying to like take a moment for me. And he comes bursting in. Mind you, we're potty training right now. Mm-hmm. I have 2 boys. Okay. There is something coherently different between boys and girls. And
yes.
And
XY, XX.
Mm-hmm. And my kiddo comes running into the bathroom and he goes, "Hey, don't forget to point down." And so I go, "Girls don't have anything to point down." And he proceeds to then ask, "Well, why don't girls have anything to point down?" And that's been his question of the month. And he asked it like 4 times on the way to church the other day. And Taylor like goes, "Teddy, I need you to not ask this question." And it's like, we've answered the question multiple times. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "I need you to not ask this question when we're at church." Like,
could you imagine him going up to like a sweet old lady and asking that?
Guys, toddler training, very difficult. But you know what makes toilet training so much easier? Books.
Really? With toddlers?
Oh, yeah. My 4-year-old, he'll sit on...
I got M&Ms.
Dude, my kid's so stoked to sit on the potty and read.
That's hilarious.
Isn't it?
Teaching him young.
Yeah. And like Dolly Parton has the whole like imagination library.
Yeah.
And so like we get books that sent to us once a month. And it's just absolutely awesome because he gets so excited. And so it's like, "There's a monster under my bed" is one of his favorite books to sit and read while he's on the potty. And like he has most of the books memorized now.
I like how this has become a bathroom conversation.
I know. Toilet talk.
Okay, but I asked a couple other people places that they've read that are weird.
Yeah.
Someone said in the shower, waterproof Kindle, anyone? Which I could get behind.
I could totally get behind that.
And then someone said on a roller coaster line.
I could see that.
Which, where are you going to stick that Kindle so you don't drop it once you're on the coaster?
You could do it on your phone and then just stick it in your back pocket.
That's so true. That's so true. Oh, don't stick it in your back pocket. I'll tell you why. The scrambler, you know, that one that whips you back and forth?
No, because I can't do whippy back and forth.
When you were a kid, you couldn't?
I get motion sick kind of on those whippy back and forth ones.
Yeah, I used to not. Now I do. But I put my phone in my back pocket when I was in high school, went on the scrambler. Got out, my phone was shattered.
Ooh, that's
gone.
Bad.
Okay.
So that would be a reckless decision.
Yeah, don't put it in your back pocket. Always the front pocket. Okay, someone else said a wedding during a slow song.
Oh, I've done that. I haven't done that. I love all weddings that I've been to.
See, and I don't understand that because I'm always busy at weddings. Like when I go to weddings, I'm working them usually.
You have a very different life than I do.
Yeah. My camera is attached to my hand, so there's no reading time.
Yeah.
Okay, someone says at the DMV.
Oh, duh.
Classic.
Best place.
Yeah, easy. But okay, I feel like the DMV's gotten better around here though. Like the DMV just has that idea that you're going to be there for hours. But the last multiple times I've gone, I've gotten in and gotten out. However, Washington just changed their state law to where we all have to get enhanced driver's licenses now if we want to travel. Because Washington does not have real IDs, I guess, because basically what it is that our driver's licenses, the regular ones, anyone can get it. You don't have to be a citizen. And so an enhanced license, you are a citizen. So that's the only way that you can fly now for safety. And so we all around here, if you don't have a passport and you don't already have an enhanced driver's license, have to update it. So luckily I don't have any upcoming plane trips. So I've been holding off since that law just went into effect May 7th. Because I'm like, the DMV is going to be a scary place right now.
I just take my passport with me everywhere I go.
I don't have a passport.
How, with all of your travels, do you not have a passport?
Because I've never left the country.
Okay.
I've only been in the United States.
I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Weirdest place to read also for me would be at a concert.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't especially keen on one of the artists that were playing.
Who?
Well, I'm not going to share that information.
Why not?
Because what happens if they sponsor us?
A musical artist is not going to sponsor us, number one. And number two, you've called out books you don't like, so let's hand it over.
Okay, but I will gladly call out books that I don't like. Okay, but it was, it's Family Force 5.
Okay.
They're just a little too, like, jumpy and hip and...
Yeah, you're not hip, so...
And I'm, like, kind of the opposite. And I was in high school and I was like, a book would be a lot better choice than listening to them.
That's so
and
funny.
We had gotten like front row seats to the concert. Okay. And so I just sat down and read for Family Force 5.
See, I could not do that. My ADHD would get the best of me and I would just have to people watch everyone.
I got, I think, like 3 chapters done.
Yeah, it was probably quite distracting, huh?
And so, well, like that was relatively good for like their set, but it was very distracting because they're very bouncy and screamy.
Fun. I don't think I know their music really.
And jumpy.
Because I'm not hip either.
They're like a mainstream but Christian group.
I know the name,
and so they hit the
I just
Christian
don't know their
crowd. Music
well.
Yeah. So, okay. So you had mentioned the Hello Cleo bag earlier.
Yeah.
Is there any other bookish things that you've gotten for yourself?
Like merch that I like more? Yeah. So I'm wearing a sweatshirt that you can't see it if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, and it's kind of hard to see on YouTube anyway because my iPad's in the way. But I like crew necks a lot. Like I live in crew necks, and so I'm all about those bookish sweatshirts.
I'm all about, sorry.
I also recently grew a love for stickers because I want to decorate the back of my Kindle. Mm-hmm. I don't unstick them and put them on my Kindle though, because
no, you can't.
I want to be able to switch things out. Yeah. And so I basically just have the clear case that I put them in and then put the Kindle in.
What happens if your mood changes?
Exactly, which it will. Or like I get a new favorite book.
Too indecisive.
Yeah. So I've really loved the stickers. I love the sweatshirts. I am also a big fan of candles.
I love me like okay. This is what I want. This would be my superpower. I'm kidding. Okay. For my previous superpower that I said, this is the superpower that I want. When an author mentions how a bookish person smells, I want to know immediately.
Like the MMC?
Yeah. Like I want to know
what that man smells like.
Bergamot and rose smells like, and like, or bergamot and musk or whatever it is. Like I apparently have
with the little mint.
Yeah. Like let me know what it smells like.
Tell us about our book boyfriends.
Oh my goodness. I saw a meme the other day and it was like, you stick all of the people that you know in a room and you walk into the room. Who do you run to first? And then it switches to a book person and they go, no, you stick all your book boyfriends in a room.
Oh,
who do you run to first? And I was like, ooh, that's a hard one. And Taylor,
I already know my answer.
My husband goes, excuse me.
He can be a book boyfriend too. He reads with you.
He does. We do tandem reads.
Wouldn't it be buddy read? Tandem read is when you're
we do
reading
buddy reads, not tandem reads.
Another thing. Okay, so something about me is that I am a minimalist, so I don't collect a lot of things because I don't like clutter. So the less I have, the less likely clutter's going to build up. Mm-hmm. And so I used to keep everything. And then when I moved, when I was in my mid-20s to a new place, I was like, you know what? We're purging. And I got rid of so many things. And I've just maintained that lifestyle since because I'm like, I don't need all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's easier that way.
Yeah.
But one thing that I do love that I struggle to get rid of is coffee mugs or like water tumblers or cups in general. But I am a big coffee mug person. I have not gotten any Bookish coffee mugs yet. And I feel like that's something that I'm going to need to get myself before the fall.
Okay. So, you're totally going to have to help me out with this one. The cups with the handles.
Stanley
cups. That tells you how into this I am. Okay.
And me.
That tells you our education level on this topic. Getting a Stanley cup of some kind, right? Or that style of cup, but with like a Bookish thing on it. Because the hardest thing for me is when I get super engrossed in books, guess what I forget to do?
Drink your water.
Drink water.
Yeah.
I'm like the most dehydrated reader known to mankind. But guess what helps you stay awake when you're reading? Drinking water.
Yeah, I live on these like Topo Chico sparkling waters, and I have them at the office and I have them at home, and that's usually what I'm drinking. Stanleys are great. My other favorite is Hydro Jug, which I feel like would be so much better for you because they're leak proof and everything, and you're kind of a hurricane.
I am a hurricane.
And so it's one of those that you could throw in your back seat and it's not going to spill anywhere. So that's what I usually go around with because I'm clumsy.
Is, if anything goes in my back seat, it usually doesn't come out for a few months.
Yeah.
It's kind of a problem. If you need one of my children's socks, it's most likely in the backseat of my car.
Okay.
If you need a pair of shoes, it's most likely in the backseat of my car. I brought my raincoat to work today because I couldn't find my other raincoat. Backseat.
Yeah.
I had 2 raincoats in my car today.
What Bookish merch is your favorite?
Either crew neck or I'd go for Stanley. I have a few shirts that are Bookish as well. I had a Bookish themed birthday party as well for my 30th.
Yes, you did.
And so that was super neat. And I got quite a few Bookish things. So whether it be like a blanket, which you got me a lovely blanket, by the way, that went on the airplane with me.
Nice.
When I flew. It was very light and very compact. It was great travel
rolls
blanket.
Up nice and tight.
Oh, yeah. And it's super cozy. So whether it is like a blanket or a crew neck, I can't do sweatshirts because I feel like the hood's going to choke me.
Hey, I have the same problem. I like hoodies sometimes, but I feel like I need, have you seen that trending sweat clothes that it's comfort clothing?
Yes.
And they're weighted clothing. But the hoods are also wider and they don't come up as high.
I need it almost to like kind of bridge my shoulder or like have slightly more here in the neck so that I don't
desperately want a set of those.
Me too.
But I think I want either like the berry color or like the green color.
I would want the green.
Or brown. I would love the brown ones.
If you went brown and I went green, then we could sit here in our nice little chairs and totally do. Oh, Comfort, if you want to sponsor us,
dude,
let us know.
I would live for that.
And
I love being cozy.
Oh, yeah. And we'll send them this clip. We want Comfort. Soothe us while we read.
Yeah, no, I love weighted stuff.
Me too.
I'm one of those people that can't sleep unless I have blankets on me.
Oh, yeah.
So in the summer, I have to have like AC facing, like the portable AC facing my bed to keep my room cold so that I can sleep with blankets.
Okay, so my son, I have a weighted blanket at home and it's like 25 pounds. That's absolutely hilarious because my son tries to like pick it up and move it like a normal blanket.
Yeah.
And this is my 4-year-old, so he's trying his hardest. But mind you, it's a 25-pound weighted blanket and he weighs 31 pounds. Like wet. And so like him trying to lift something that is exceptionally heavy for his weight group is highly entertaining.
Oh, I'm sure.
So
if we were to create merch at some point, what would you want to sell?
I would want to do either like stickers, because I'm totally kidding. I would do stickers 100%.
Yeah, you're a sticker girl. You're also a tote bag girl.
I am a tote bag girl or a pursey girly, which is funny because I'm actually like, I hate purses, but like give me something that can carry a book in it.
You hate purses, yet you always come in with 4 bags. Including a purse.
I need a bag that can be my catch-all. I don't have a bag that can be my catch-all.
That's not good for your back.
Which is why I come in with 4 bags.
That's not good for your back.
Well, it's better than coming in with 1 bag for a catch-all. I would do a catch-all bag.
Okay, but if we actually did merch, what are you thinking? Stickers?
I would do stickers. I would want to do a cup. And I'd want to do like a crew neck.
And I'd want to do a mug.
Ooh, a cozy mug.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'd want to do that too. My top would be probably a crew neck and like a mug.
Yeah. If you guys have any merch ideas for us, let us know.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be super
merch.
fun.
We definitely have the resources. We know people.
We do.
So.
And we're both relatively crafty.
I am not. I am photography crafty and I make very ugly stick figures.
You are digitally crafty and I am more physically crafty.
Yeah. I hate art projects, you guys.
Give me an art project any day of the week.
Yeah. Amber and I are opposites if you have not figured it out yet. We're very different people, but it works out for stuff like this because it's kind of fun to hear.
Absolutely.
Both sides. Okay. Wait. Last question in this area. What to you is like just a cringy merch item?
Cringy merch. Ooh. I feel like I don't know. I've been getting, since I looked for like the back of my Kindle, like that little Kindle strap thing.
Yeah.
Like the personalized Kindle cases.
You think they're cringy?
A little bit. Like I feel like they are interesting.
See, and I feel like some bookmarks are pretty cringy.
Well, yeah, I feel like anything can be cringy if you like really want it to be.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't know. What's your cringy merch?
Yeah.
Show me your cringy merch.
Comment below.
Even better, show me your cringy merch. I want to see them pictures.
If they own it, maybe they like it.
Oh my goodness. If you own it, please show it.
Oh my gosh.
Show us your merch.
You're going to get us canceled. It's saying things like that.
Show us the goods.
All right. What do you say we move into our book highlight?
Woo! All right. Our book highlight today is The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. This book came out in 2022, and it is a book about a lovely high schooler named Emily. She gets to relive the worst Valentine's Day of her life over and over again until she's like, fine, I'm just going to do everything that I shouldn't do because it's just going to restart again tomorrow. And guess what?
It doesn't restart.
It doesn't. So
I feel like there's a movie like this.
You mean Groundhog Day?
No, I think that there's a newer movie like this, but it's like the same idea.
There's one with
It's the girl that was in
Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, there's one there, but there was also one with the girl that was in like Pretty Little Liars in the spin-off show.
Oh, I don't know that.
Okay.
Not off the top of my head.
Then I won't go into it more.
Yeah. So she gets to relive the worst Valentine's Day of her life over and over again until she gets it so wrong. Or was it completely right? Dun, dun, dun. So Lynn Painter writes romantic comedies for tweens, teens, and adults. You want to make sure that you check the classification of the book. The Do-Over, I would definitely classify as a tween or teen book. It is highly entertaining, highly cute, very adorable rom-com. I'm also reading another one by her right now, and it is, I believe it's called Just Like the Movies, or Better Than the Movies. And it is, it's a high school as well, and it is also in that same kind of classification. And so I love that Lynn Painter has books that focus on that teen tween range. And I wish that she was an author that was around when I was in high school, because I would have eaten her books up for breakfast and lunch and dinner.
Oh, man. Well, it sounds like a great book. We'll make sure to link it below for you guys so that you can check it out on Amazon.
Absolutely.
And with that, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Don't forget to follow us at Two Bound Books on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.
Feel free to follow us and subscribe, leave a review, comment, do whatever you can in order to help boost it here on Two Bound Books or at twoboundbooks.com.
And then a big shout out to our producer, as always, Rob Brower, for our beautiful studio space. If you need digital media needs, head to AletheaDigitalMedia.com. Bye, everyone.
Bye.